Since middle of March 2020, I've been quarantined at the house like most people. Grocery stores have been sparse at best. There's been a few times I've gone in and haven't even been able to find certain vegetables for sale. So my wife and I decided that we were going to start gardening a little bit more this year than in years past, and it made sense to finally use this as the opportunity to start composting. We've always talked about composting, but we've just never done it. We've got plenty of room out on the property. We've got the garden beds installed and prepared and everything. But composting has just been one of those things that we just keep skipping. So, in any event, I went around the yard and foraged, found a small bucket of just old material that I must have gathered up some point last year and then forgot about. Possibly sometime that we were going to start composting. Anyway, I also did a lot of dethatching in my yard over the past month, so I used some of the brown old grass and thatch and added it together with that old bucket of dirt and kind of composted stuff and threw it in this big tub. We started collecting some kitchen scraps to throw it in there. Right now it's still in the 20s in the middle of the night, and since this is not a lot of material, I figured I'd just keep this in the garage for now, moving stuff back and forth from one bucket to the other every couple days. I've never actually composted before, so I don't have a lot of experience here, but I do know that you need a large pile for it to really get hot. So I don't actually expect this to get particularly hot in these small totes here in the garage, but it would be nice if they started warming up a little bit. That way, when I take it outside in a couple weeks, as we gather more materials, it will have already begun. Quite honestly, the dirt and the old grass, the old thatch in these buckets look like they're breaking down quite nicely. So even though they're not particularly hot, I wouldn't even say they're hot at all, but they do seem to be breaking down. I wouldn't ever put this in the garden right now. It's nowhere close to being ready, but you got to start somewhere. Right now, at some point, I'll take you out to the garden and show you what it looks like, but we've got four 4x8 beds. So what is that? 4 times 8, 32 times 4. You got about 128 square feet of garden space. In my mind, I'm planning on expanding the garden bed by another bed or 2. So any amount of soil material that I create now will help with the garden expansion in the next month or 2 if I can get around to it. This is what we're looking at right now. I've been making this, well, I should say my starter was a bucket of old, almost composted dirt and grass from last year. It basically just sat for a year in a bucket, so I threw it in here. And this has been going for about 2.5 weeks or so, pretty much since I had to start staying at home all the time with the quarantine rules. In any event, I've got a composting thermometer I'm going to stick into it, and we're going to see if the temperature is starting to go up over the next few days. come and check on that, I don't know, in about 2 days, and maybe even tomorrow, see if the temperature's up higher than the garage here. It's still pretty cold in the middle of the night outside, and there's not a lot here, so I don't want to put it outside quite yet. That's right, I'm staging this really cool backdrop through my window because I forgot to ask you to hit the subscribe button. I know everybody asks, but yeah, this time do it for reals. Thanks.